Welcome to 28 Days and Beyond.
The show where we talk about our history, our heritage, and our culture.
I'm Amari.
Kharisma, welcome. Hello, Amari.
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. Thinking about world domination. No, thinking about how our
Brain.
I'm thinking about how we are going to contribute to the economic fortification of the Black community,
Okay.
if you will.
All right now.
Yeah. Today we are joined by our old friend Opeyemi
Yes.
Famakinwa.
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 Yes.
Opeyemi
Hi,
Famakinwa, who's talking about infinitely thriving. Opie, welcome to the show.
welcome.
Hey guys.
One
How
day
you
I'm
doing?
gonna get the name. I'm gonna get the name perfectly.
It's okay. We're on our way. You're doing good though.
Yeah, welcome
Okay.
back to 28 Days and Beyond.
Tell us about infinitely thriving. The name alone just sounds so regal and so, I don't know, dare I say, it sounds like something that would thrive infinitely. So yes, do tell.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's our hope. Infinitely Thriving was started by me and my friend. We were just like that resources for a Black community is just very lacking, especially with the 2020, the riots and the protests. And so this idea came to us really, we're having a conversation with some Black businesses in our communities, and we just, you have some of them asking, do you know of anyone looking for work? I don't have, the money to pay for a PR website and, applicants, portals. So it's like, what can we do? And so for us, we love building relationships. We love, sharing our resources and like our networks, because our network is our net worth. And so we were like, why not bring everything together? The people that we know, the businesses in our communities, those that we don't know yet, and just like have a platform for all of it there. We're not recreating anything. We're just, like highlighting and emphasizing what's already out in the world that a lot of people don't know about. And so with Infinitely Thriving, or I Thrive for short, it's basically saying, we as a community, we as Black people have so much to offer. And here we are putting it out, for the world to see through, through events, programming, or just like day-to-day conversations, and supporting not just monetarily, but, community-wise.
Awesome.
That's wonderful. So, you mentioned all the things that have been happening over the past year that have kind of served as the impetus for this. And it's really encouraging to see so many people talking about the importance of developing, this sort of economic infrastructure, which I like the way you're putting it. It's not just the money, right? It's the resources and all of those sort of things. What do you think have been some of the biggest challenges standing in our way to be able to do this before?
I think some of our biggest challenges, one would be the knowledge of it. There are a lot of businesses and individuals like just doing great things, but they're not brand names, or they're not big names for us to, share on social media. It can be, a little mom and pop shop, or just, like little things like that we don't know about. So I think from what I've seen, a lot of it is just the knowledge and awareness of what's out there. And then again, it's like, what can we do besides just buying, with the money too? Like, what can we do beyond just, like paying and just being done? And like, taking the time to cultivate relationships and having like real honest conversations, like Black owned businesses do have a rep, like, oh, like maybe there's stereotypes, customer service isn't great, but it's like, let's talk to them and figure out why. It's because they have, the same two people maybe working constant shifts because they can't afford to hire more employees, or like different things like that. So it's like awareness, knowledge, time, and commitment to like understanding and getting to know these businesses. And then also, I think it goes back, and this is just like personal for all of us too, is just like intentionality and commitment. It's like, we as, a Black community, what can we do to support our own? We, like Black-owned businesses, things are expensive. And it's like, would you rather go to Target and buy that shampoo, or, like support this business that maybe, extra 10% more, but, it's handmade. They're taking their time to, give you authentic, natural, healthy ingredients within it. So a lot of it is just like, what can we do within ourselves, and what am I willing to do?
Right. That makes perfect sense. So how long ago did you create Infinitely Thriving first? And then also, what has the reception been like from the public so far?
So we started it less than a year ago. We like obviously with the death of George Floyd, that was March 2020, or like March,
Mhm.
April. Actually, like around spring 2020, I can't remember specifically. And it was in reaction to that. So over the summer, it started to become just an idea that was starting to grow and become more and more. And I think we started with just friends and family, like sending out surveys, like just asking questions, like what is your reception to Black-owned businesses, getting their feedback. And a lot of it has been very accepting and exciting. Like everyone's like, like what are businesses that I don't know about? Please share with us these lists. And then from there, we were like, okay, there is an interest. People do want to support beyond just the money, or like they want to learn more that, that they don't know. So then we're reaching out to businesses, and they have been so happy and so, amazed by, the interest, like the genuine interest. And, that is a bit like shocking a little bit, because it's like, you're a business, like you should be interested in, but they have been like very accepting. And it's like, hey, I will take any support, any love and appreciation that we can get. And so again, like that's what's building the relationship, is that genuine commitment to them and to the work that they're providing.
Now, what sort of are you attacking this by cities, or what is the sort of rollout plan as to how this is going to spread?
There is really no plan specifically. So I'm out here in LA. I grew up in New Jersey. My partner grew up, in Philadelphia. So we're just tapping into our community, the people that we know, and then also just, like spreading it as much as we can. So it's like if we're connecting with a business here, they grew up in Seattle, and it's like, oh yeah, like sure, connect us to, your childhood friend that you grew up with that's still in Seattle. Like let's just spread the wealth as much as possible. Then also just utilizing, social media, the internet, is easy to connect with anyone online. So we're just, using that as like our platform, our foundation, to just spread the news, spread, the resources and the people through that way. And then also just like programming, like a lot of Zoom calls, which, we're all tired of, but, utilizing that.
Yeah.
I hear you. So what are your plans for, next steps as you continue to expand? Would you like to take this across the United States so there are resources in every city? Like what are your next plans and goals just in terms of continuing to let Infinitely Thrive grow?
Yeah, so we definitely want to like expand it more. We have like business connections with different cities already throughout the country. So that's been really great to just like plant that seed. And from there, it's like once we can build like our like community of just like small businesses, whether no matter where you are, like build that up. We can continue to like promote them, and then from there, just like do programming with them to like give them more highlights. And so that's something that we're even starting next week. We're doing like monthly events with different business owners sharing their services to the community and like within like our business community as well. And so I think it's just like a gradual, small, like more connections, relationships. And then from there, it's like, hey, let's just put on this event programming and see what happens. So like the more people who will come to the little things, we're just, like building on those relationships and community.
Well, by now, I know all the viewers really want to know, as I do, how can people link with you and what iThrive is up to?
Yes, so definitely follow us on social media. Our Instagram is at Infinitely Thriving. And then for our Facebook, we do have a Facebook group where the greater community can just like come in and join. And then we also have another one for our businesses specifically to connect and network with other small Black-owned businesses. So that would just be like at iThrive Community on Facebook as well.
Nice.
Well, that's wonderful. Nice. Opie, thank you so much for taking the time to come and speak to us. And more than that, thank you for the work that you're doing, allowing our communities to come together and our businesses to be able to connect as we continue to build and grow, because that's what it's about, us really becoming the community that we can be in vast spaces so that we can infinitely thrive.
Yes,
I see what you did
there. Thrive, you thrive, we all thrive.
Yeah. All Black everything. Thank you, Opie.
That's it. Thanks a lot, Opie. Yeah. This has been another episode of 28 Days and Beyond.
The show where we talk about our history, our heritage, and our culture. We'll see you next time.